Parish President remarks, report, Mr. Jewell.
Hey, Chairman. I'll let the report get pulled up here real quick. Okay, first we'll start off with a Kellogg T-wall update. A lot of concrete has been poured since the last time that we met. You can see the sides of the T-wall have been erected, and now they're focusing on the 3 48-inch discharge pipes that will be embedded in that wall and pass through the center of the T-wall. So this will, like we have done in other locations, connect to the Kellogg pump station and pump through the levee system. The station is still active right now. They have like a bypass set up around the work that they're doing now, but this is kind of a big step in getting this project to completion. So we've been thankful for the dry weather, and they've been able to continue to move pretty good. So move on to Lakewood Drive. The contractor's on site. He's been storing items as needed for the job. They've also started saw cutting and pavement testing. Saw cutting the pavement and removal in the phase 1 area, which is that Lakewood Heather intersection. Samples of the base pavements are being run through LA DOTD and were held up slightly during the agency's computer outage last week. And they hope to have approval to move forward this week, and we'll start at the corner of Lakewood and Heather. Next, I will talk about trees at Wetland Watchers. So Restore the Earth planted some new trees at Wetland Watchers Park as a part of an in-kind donation, and they were previously a part of another donation that we worked with in connection with Chevron. So we want to thank those folks at Restore the Earth for giving us some trees. Columns at the courthouse. A major step in the courthouse construction has been completed as the columns on the second floor have been removed. You can see in the picture here where they were kind of just jackhammering out sections at a time. So you can see the rebar support in the middle of the column, and even at the top of that photo, you can see the column. I know those look like identical pictures, but they are two different columns. The columns just happen to look alike. That's going on, and the steel beams are going to redistribute the weight to allow us to remove the support that is there in place right now above the courtrooms. Streetlight update. I wanted to give you an update. I know Eric Berto, our contract monitor, has been in touch with y'all about our streetlight audit. The streetlight audit is complete. A total of 727 streetlights have been determined to be out. As you know, Entergy handles all of the streetlights on wooden poles. Those were 540 of the 727, or 74% of the outages. Metal poles consisted of 187, or 26%. And just a breakdown by area, AMA had 31 poles out. Those are all Entergy. Bayou Gauche had 45, which was about 6% of the total outage. 41 of those were wood, 4 were metal. Boutte had 46 out, 40 of those were wood, 6 were metal. DeZalman's had 24 out, 100% of those were wood. Destrehan had 80 out, 32 of those were wood, 48 of those were metal. Hahnville had 75 out, 60 of those were wood, 15 were metal. Kelowna had 19 out, 100% of those 19 were wood. Luling had 159 out, or 22% of the total. That's 106 wood, 53 metal poles. Muntz had 25 total poles out, or 3% of the total outage. That's 13 wood, 9 metal. New Sarpy had 32 poles out, 100% metal. 100% wood. Norco had 74 total poles out, or street lights out. That's 10% of the total outage. 70 of those were wood. 4% are the metal poles. Parity had 18, 100% of those were wooden. St. Rose had 89, 41 of those were wood, 48 were metal. And Taft had 10 out, and that all of those are wood. So as the contract monitor's office is working to submit one large lump sum of work orders to both Entergy and our contractor, which is D&G Electric, and we will get you at least a timeline on the metal poles. We'll have a little bit better of an estimate on that, and we're going to work as hard as we can to try to get you guys an estimate on how long it's going to take to get those other 540 streetlights that belong to Entergy back up and running. Sales tax for the month of April is down slightly. We saw a 1.8% decrease from April of 2022. However, we are still 6.87% higher than this same time last year. Next, I'll talk about insurance. Like many industries and companies, upon renewing our health insurance, we were faced with a significant increases in if we maintained our current coverage. After we did a bunch of diligent research and negotiated with our carrier through our broker, we had only one option, which was to change the plan in which we are offering to our employees. We got quotes on different plans, and the new plan has slightly higher deductibles, and so our employees received information on that this week. We are in our open enrollment period. We also removed the Ochsner-only plan, as there were very few employees who are utilizing it. Ultimately, thanks to our 15% planned budget increase for health insurance, we were able to absorb the entire cost for employees. So our employees and our retired employees are not going to see any increase in what they pay monthly. Additionally, vision and dental coverages came in at a cost decrease slightly while maintaining the same coverage. And that's it from our report.